I'm a husband and a father, and these 5 tips allowed me to go from this to this in only 5 months. And just so you know, these aren't the tips that are commonly stated, like eat more protein or make sure you drink enough water. Anyway, here are the 5 essential tips you need to know. First, what you need to understand is that no amount of tips will matter if you don't know that you need to be in a caloric deficit to lose weight. This simply means you need to burn more energy, aka fat, than you consume, aka food. Grasping this concept is crucial because it allows you to focus on a sustainable, long-term strategy instead of a restrictive, short-term diet. For instance, if you follow a diet that tells you need to cut out carbs, you'll start to ingrain in your mind that if you want to lose weight, you need to cut out something or be highly restricted. When in reality, a more moderate approach that allows you to still enjoy life is often the better choice. Now that you know the importance of a caloric deficit, let's dive into the first tip: ensuring you eat enough. See, one of the most common mistakes people make when trying to lose weight is drastically reducing their calorie intake. While it might seem logical to eat as little as possible to lose weight as quickly as possible, this approach often backfires. See, when you eat too little for too long, your body goes into starvation mode, which just means your body starts to slow down your metabolism to conserve energy. This is why you feel sluggish, moody, nauseated, etc. Not only that, but now the hunger hormone ghrelin comes knocking on your door with a vengeance, telling you that you need to eat something, making it almost impossible to continue doing your diet for any extended period of time. This is what leads to most people quitting in the first place. And even if you are able to make it to the end of the diet, you'll eventually end up gaining all the weight back anyway, because your mind and body can only last so long before it starts to think this is the last food I'm ever going to get, so I need to eat it all. This is evident with all the data and why it's so important that you eat enough when you're on a weight loss diet. But not eating enough doesn't matter if you lack the motivation and willpower. Tip number 2, using motivation and willpower correctly. Unfortunately, most people think they need ironclad willpower or the motivation of a monk to lose weight, but they get it all wrong. See, willpower and motivation are both limited resources, meaning they can and will run out. Thankfully, they can be replenished. But by recognizing their limits, we can strategically use our willpower and motivation for what truly matters. For example, instead of using your willpower to cut out entire food groups, like most diets suggest, use it instead to create 4 to 8 low-calorie, tasty, and easy-to-make meals that you enjoy. By enjoying your meals, you'll stick to the plan for much longer, leading to more weight loss. Now, of course, we want to use the same tactic with motivation, because your initial motivation will start to dwindle as you get closer to your goal or as the goal seems farther away. So the trick here is to start looking for internal motivation as quickly as you can. For example, you see how much of a positive impact your health has had on your kids, so you shift your initial motivation from fitting into your old pants to wanting to inspire your kids to be the best versions of themselves. Both are forms of motivation, but each carries a very different and deeper meaning. This is what it means to be motivated from something within. But knowing this is not enough, because things happen. So we need to combat them with tip number 3, emergency meals. See, life can be unpredictable, and sometimes you may find yourself in situations where time is limited or immense hunger starts to take over. Having a plan for these moments is essential, hence emergency meals. It's important to know that these meals are for when you forget to prep your food, have very little time to make something, or you're just having a bad day / want something different. These foods are semi-healthy, semi-low calorie, but tasty and super easy to prepare. They're designed to satisfy your cravings, hold you over long enough to make a better decision, or if done right, even serve as an actual meal. Here's a quick example. Take this pizza right here. The entire thing is just 890 calories, half the calories of a regular pizza. It only takes 15 minutes to prepare, and it's absolutely delicious. Another example is this chicken. It's high in protein, low in calories, and takes just 3 minutes in the microwave. I simply add my favorite hot sauce for peak flavor, and it's a tasty, satisfying meal. As you can see, having these around can be a game changer if utilized correctly. But no matter how many emergency meals you have, it won't matter if you don't do tip number 4, stop in transition. Non-stop dieting is exhausting and unsustainable, so you need to stop doing it and transition to either a maintenance phase or a muscle building phase at some point. The reason it's important to include phases where you maintain your current weight rather than focusing on losing more is because they allow your body and mind to rest, prevent burnout, and reduce the risk of rebound weight gain. By taking breaks, you can reassess your progress, adjust your strategies, resensitize your body for fat loss, and return to a caloric deficit with renewed energy and motivation. Either way, this approach makes weight loss more manageable and less like a never-ending struggle. But know this, while you can lose weight by just eating lower calorie foods, it will take significantly longer and be much harder if you don't incorporate some form of fat burning activity, which brings me to tip number 5, cardio. Unfortunately, cardio is one of the most misused and misunderstood aspects of weight loss. When used incorrectly, it hinders your progress, but when used correctly, it significantly speeds up the process. Now, the type of cardio you do is crucial, so don't rush out there and start running with hopes of burning all that excess fat. Instead, I encourage you to try the lowest impact, highest fat burning exercise there is, walking. This might seem counterintuitive since walking burns half the calories that running does, but what most people don't know is that walking is incredibly effective because it burns the most actual fat from your body, is relatively easy to do, and doesn't spike your levels of ghrelin, aka the hunger hormone. This means you won't dread walking like you might with running. You won't feel hungry afterwards, and you can do it every single day if you wanted to without any negative impacts. Less dread and less hunger means less willpower is needed. By choosing to walk, you get the benefits of cardio without any of the drawbacks, making your weight loss journey faster, smoother, and more sustainable. miserable. Either way, congratulations on losing the weight and keeping it off. Now you can truly start to enjoy life to the fullest. However, knowing exactly what I eat to lose weight could be helpful. So if you want to see that, then I'd recommend you watch this video right here.